Dear students, Namaste and welcome you to the next class of Compulsory English Grade 10. How are you, dear students? I hope you all are doing well. Dear students, do you know what we are going to do today? Okay, that's good. We are going to deal with the exercises based on the reading text second given in your textbook. Do you know what is the reading text? Very good. It's about the popularity of sports in the world. Very good, dear students. Now, can you recall what all the things we discussed in the topic? Okay, so on that topic, we discussed popularity of different sports. Can you remember some of them? All right, we discussed about football, volleyball, cricket. That's good. Okay, students, before we do the exercises, let's summarize the reading text. Okay, I hope that will help you to do the exercise. Let's begin then. Okay, students, so first we discussed why the sports are popular or why are sports popular. We discussed that there are mainly two reasons for the popularity of sports. One, they keep us healthy, and the next, they give us entertainment. So, for the purpose of good health and for recreational purposes, we are involved in sports. Okay, that we discussed in our previous class. Similarly, we also discussed how we get involved in sports. Can you recall? We get involved in sports in two ways. Can you recall them? Very good. We become involved in sports as players or as spectators. So, we get involved in sports as players or as spectators. Some of us like to play the games. We go to the field and play. And some of us, though we do not go to the field and play, we also enjoy sports being the audience or by watching the sports. Okay, that's very good. Okay, students, we had also discussed the popularity of different sports on the basis of their fan followers, means how many people do like a particular sport, that we discussed in our previous class. Do you recall that? Can you recall the hierarchy of those sports according to their popularity? Which was the most popular sport and which one was the least one? Can you recall them? Okay, which one was the most popular? Right, that's good. Football was the most popular. And then, okay, cricket. Okay, let's see here. So, you can see here in this particle triangle. So, just opposite, see there, football has the largest fan followers or largest number of people like football. Okay. Similarly, can you recall how many people like football? Okay. All right, 4 billion people like football around the world. That's good. Then after football comes cricket. Okay, after football comes cricket. Cricket comes in the second position. After cricket, there is hockey. Hockey is in the third position. In the same way, then comes tennis, and then comes volleyball. Okay, after volleyball, table tennis, basketball, then baseball, and then rugby, and finally golf. So, see there, this shows the popularity of different sports. See, this is the broadest one, so it shows that football is the most popular. See there, golf, the narrowest one, so it shows that golf is the least popular one among all these sports. That also we discussed in our previous class, didn't we? Okay, that's good. Now, let's look at in detail about these sports. Okay, so let's see there in the table. So, the first was football, the most popular one. 4 billion people in the world like it, and we just need a football to play football. So, it is accessible to all, whether rich or poor. Every class of people can play football. So football is popular in the US and Canada, Europe, Central and South America and Africa. So in these regions of the world, football is more popular. Then as we discussed earlier comes cricket. Cricket comes in the second position with 2.5 billion followers or fans all around the world. And to play a cricket, we need a ball and a bat. Okay, so these are the equipment needed to play cricket. And cricket is mainly popular in the UK as well as India, Pakistan and Australia. We discussed. Similarly, we also discussed that cricket can be compared with baseball. They are similar, but we also discussed cricket. In case of cricket field, there is a pitch in the middle of the field, but in case of baseball, there is a mound in the middle of the baseball diamond that we discussed in our previous class, didn't we? All right. Now then comes hockey. Hockey has 2 billion fan base or followers or people who like hockey. So hockey, to play hockey, we need a hockey stick and a ball. And you know, there are two types of hockeys on the basis of the place where we play. Can you say? All right. So we do have field hockey and ice hockey. And field hockey is mainly popular in Europe, Africa, Asia and Australia. And ice hockey is mainly popular in Canada, the US and Northern Europe, isn't it? Okay, now let's talk about tennis. Tennis comes in the next in case of its popularity. Around 1 billion people in the world like tennis. And to play tennis, we need a ball and rackets. So we have already discussed that to play a tennis, an elongated net is kept and the players remain on both sides of the net and they try to drop the ball or hit the ball with the racket and try to drop the ball on the opponent's ground or opponent's side to get the score. That we discussed in our previous class. And the text does not talk, okay, the reading text does not talk about the region where tennis is popular. So we can say it's popular worldwide. Similarly, next comes volleyball. We have discussed two varieties of volleyball. Can you recall them? There are two varieties. All right, that's good. One is regular volleyball and another, okay, beach volleyball. Very good. And what was the difference we discussed? Can you recall? Okay, in regular volleyball, there are 6 players and in beach volleyball, there are just 2 players that we discussed in our previous class in each team, okay, do not forget. So volleyball has 900 million fan base in the world, means 900 million people like volleyball, and the text does not talk about the equipment needed for the volleyball, but we know well to play volleyball we need just a ball, a net and we can play it, we know well. So volleyball is mainly popular in North America, Western Europe, Asia, Australia and South America. Okay. After volleyball, what comes? Do you know? Can you guess? Okay, we have already discussed also. Can you? Okay, table tennis, that's good. So table tennis is the next. Okay, 875 million people in the world like table tennis. And to play table tennis, do you know? The text does not talk about the equipment, but do you know what equipments are needed to play table tennis? What equipment we need? Okay, we need bats and ball. You know, it's played on a table with the net, and to play this we need ball and bats. That's good. Okay, table tennis is popular in Asia, in Europe, Africa and the Americas. We have already discussed about Americas. Americas means here North America, South America and Latin America. These regions, they are called Americas. And then next comes basketball. Okay, basketball has 825 million followers around the world, or 825 million people like basketball in the world. So to play basketball, we just need baskets and a ball. So these are very cheap equipment, and as a result, every people can play basketball. So even the people who are rich and the people who are poor can play basketball. The text does not talk about the regions where basketball is mainly popular, so we can say it's popular all around the world. Next comes baseball. We already compared cricket and baseball. Okay, so baseball is played in a diamond, and it has 500 million followers or fans around in the world. Okay, so to play baseball, we also need a bat and a ball. We have already discussed that also. It's mainly popular in the regions like the US, East Asia, and Latin America. And the next game is rugby. Okay, rugby is liked by 475 million people around the world, and to play this also we need a ball, and it's popular around the world, mainly in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand. And we had also discussed one thing regarding rugby. While playing rugby, there is a risk of getting injured because it's a tackling game. It's a contact game where a lot of tackling takes place. The players of opponent teams try to tackle the players and drop the ball from them. Okay, so that there is a chance of injuries, as the rugby players wear very little protection. Okay, that also we discussed in our previous class. And the last one is the golf. Okay, golf is liked by 450 million people around the world, and it's mainly popular in the UK and other Commonwealth countries. And you see, to play golf, the players try to drop the ball in a hole with fewer strokes as far as possible. The one who drops the ball in the hole with the fewer strokes becomes the winner. That also we discussed in our previous class. Dear students, I hope you all recalled the text that we discussed in our previous class. On the basis of this discussion, now we are going to deal with the exercises given in your textbook. So, please be ready to do the exercises with me. We'll be doing together, okay? Are you ready to do that? All right, that's wonderful. So, let's do the exercise then. Let's do the first exercise. Okay, so look at the first exercise. Fill in the crossword puzzle with the correct words from the text. Okay, so you can see the puzzle here. You can see the numbers, okay, 1 to 9. Now you see, you can see here across and down, and you are given the hints here. Mainly meanings are given here. On the basis of these meanings, you have to find the words from the text and then fill this crossword puzzle. For example, just look at 1 here. 1 is across, means you have to fill first here, then here, okay, in this way, across. And you have to look at the meaning first. A person who works as a professional, especially in a sport. What is that person called? You have to find out from the text and fill here. In the same way, you look at the next, down. Number 2 goes down. That means you fill it vertically. So see there, a British game by 2 teams using a bat and ball. What kind of game is it? What is its name? You have to fill here. Okay, in this way, you start from 2 and go down and fill the puzzle there. I hope you can do. Can you? Did you understand what you need to do? Okay, if so, let's do together. Okay? All right, look at the very first. Okay? So, a person who works as a professional, especially in a sport. What can be the word here? What would you fill in the puzzle? Can you say? All right, that's wonderful. You are right. It's P-R-O, pro. Okay, P-R-O, pro. Very good. So, a person who works as a professional, especially in a sport, is called pro. That's good. Now, let's go to number 2. A British game by two teams using a bat and ball. Can you say what's the name of the game? It starts with R. Now can you say? Alright, very good. It's rounders. Very good. See there? R-O-U-N-D-E-R-S, rounders. Very good. Now let's go to number 3. What's there? Connected with activities that people do for pleasure when they are not working. So what is it then? You can count the number of letters here with the help of the number of the boxes. See there? And you can look at the meanings. So can you guess what the word is? Alright, that's good. Recreational. Very good. Recreational. Okay, you did well. R-E-C-R-E-A-T-I-O-N-A-L. Recreational. That's good. Now, 4. Existing for longer than people can remember. Very well. So, what will be the word in number 4? You have to go across in this way. See there is E in the middle, there is R in the middle, and you can see the number of the boxes and you can guess. Also, you can find out the word from the text. Okay, what's the word? Alright, you mean immemorial, is it? Okay, that's good. So, immemorial, I-M-M-E-M-O-R-I-A-L, immemorial. That's good. Okay, now let's move on to 5. What's there? A heat of the ball before it touches the ground. What's it? Can you say? Okay. Can you see there? You have to go down here. Okay. Right. It's volley. Very good. Volley. V-O-L-L-E-Y. Volley. That's good. Now, let's move on to 6. Possible to approach, enter or use. It's in 6. It starts with the letter A. Now, I think you guess, you have already guessed it. What's the answer? Okay, very good. Accessible. That's good. Accessible. Okay. A-C-C-E-S-S-I-B-L-E. Accessible. That's good. Now, let's move on to number 7. Are you ready? Okay. A large pile of earth or stones, a small hill. What do you call it? Okay. Can you see? First, you have to see the number 7. See, it goes down. Can you say the word? Okay. It's mound. Very good. You can see M-O-U-N-D. Mound. You did well. Now, let's move on to number 8. Showing or feeling respect and slight fear. It also goes down. See there, you have to start from here and go. It has just 1, 2, 3, 4 letters. Can you say? What's it? Okay, it's odd. That's good. A-W-E-D. Odd. Very good. Now the last one. Long and thin, often in a way that is unusual. What's it? Okay, there are already some letters filled there. L, N, E already there. And it's across. Can you guess? Okay, elongated. That's good. E-L-O-N-G-A-T-E-D. Elongated. That's very good. Dear students, you did a wonderful job. Now let's move on to next exercise. Are you ready? Good. Okay, the next exercise is write the names of the sports shown in the pictures below. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures you do have, and you have to write the names of these pictures. Do you know? Can you? Okay, certainly you can do, I know. Okay, let's start with the first one. What is this game shown in the first picture? Yes, that's wonderful. It's rugby. Very good. Now, the second one. Let's see. See what the man is doing? You can guess. What is there in his hand? From this, you can guess. Did you guess? What's it then? Okay, it's golf. Very good. Now, the third picture. Can you guess what's it? Alright, it's baseball. Very good. Now, the next picture. What the game is there? What the game the person is playing there? Okay, it's hockey. Very good. Wonderful. Now, this one. Look at this picture. What is the people doing there? What game are they playing? Can you guess? Okay, it's badminton. And the last one. Okay, what are the girls playing? Okay, it's table tennis. Very good, dear students. You could easily identify the games. All right. Now let's move on to next exercise. Exercise C. So here, choose the correct alternative and answer the questions. This means you have some questions and you do have some alternatives. Look at A there. For example, which two games are popular in the world for their cheap equipment? So you do have three options. You do have three options. First one, football and hockey. Second one, football and basketball. Third one, basketball and volleyball. Which one is the correct? Which of these two games have cheap equipment? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you say? We have already discussed. Okay, the answer is right. It's okay. Second, football and basketball. To play football, just you need a ball. To play basketball, just you need baskets and a ball. And we have already discussed that these two games are accessible to rich and poor both. Okay. Okay. Look at B. In which countries is cricket particularly popular? First option, Canada, America and Africa. Second, UK, America and Australia. Third one, India, Pakistan and Australia. You do have these three alternatives. And for your reference, I have brought you the part of the text from where you can find the answer. Okay. So look at this text and find out the answer. I'm not giving you the hint where the answer lies, but you have to find from here. Did you find? Okay, it's India, Pakistan and Australia. You can find here India, Pakistan and Australia. This is the right answer. The third one is the right answer here. Okay, so India, Pakistan and Australia. Let's move on to next. Okay. So what is the significant difference between regular volleyball and beach volleyball? What's the difference here? You do have three alternatives. The number of teams, the number of players, the size of playground. What's the difference? You can find from this part of the text. Just you go through it and find out. Okay, have you found out? Okay, can we say then? What's the right answer? The second one? No. Okay. Yes, it is the second one. You are right. Very good. Okay, the number of players. That's good. Okay, now let's move on to next. Which of the following games involve the use of ball and bat? Okay, ball and bat. Baseball and cricket, rugby and cricket, hockey and cricket. So see there, ball and bat, ball, baseball, cricket, they need ball, rugby and cricket, they need ball, hockey and cricket, they need ball. But what about bat? Okay, can you say? All right. So the first one is the right answer, baseball and cricket. That's good. Okay, now the fifth one. Which country is supposed to have named golf? Okay, you do have the alternatives, Scotland, England, the Netherlands. And you do have the clue here. Looking at or going through this part of the text, you can find the answer. Please go and find out. Did you find it out? Okay, that's good. So, what's the answer then? Where did you find it? Okay, so you can see here, golf originated in Scotland in the 15th century. Interestingly, however, the word golf originated in the Netherlands. So, what's the right answer then? Okay, certainly it's third, Netherlands. Very good, dear students. Now the last one. Okay, which of the following games have their varieties in terms of the places they are played? You have three alternatives here too. The first one, rounders and baseball. Second, hockey and volleyball. Third, football and cricket. So what's the right alternative here? Can you say? Okay. So, in terms of places they are played, guess the places they are played. Okay. So, the correct answer is, right, it's 2, hockey and volleyball. But do you know how? Can you say it? That's the right answer, but can you tell me how they are? They do have the varieties. What varieties do they have? Where are they played? Very good. Hockey is played in the ice and in the field. We do have ice hockey and field hockey. Similarly, volleyball. We do have regular volleyball played in the court, indoor, and next is beach volleyball played on the beach. So, this is the right answer. Dear students, you did a good job. Now, let's move on to next exercise. That is exercise D. Here you do have 6 questions here. Okay, 6 questions. Now, you have to answer these questions on the basis of the text. The reading text we did in our previous class means the popularity of sports in the world. Okay, can you do them? Okay, let's move on. So, the first one is mention any 2 reasons behind the popularity of sports in the world. So, what are the 2 reasons you have to find out? So, for your clue, you can go through this text and find out. Can you find out where the clue lies? Okay, I'll help you. See the part of the text where the sentences are underlined. Okay, so 1, keeping healthy, another, recreational purposes. So, your answer will be they keep us healthy and they give us entertainment. That's why sports are popular in the world. Now, the second question. What do historical evidences say about the origin of football? Do you know? Do you know? Okay, so please go through this part of the text. I am going to give you the clues also. Read the underlined sentences there, underlined text there. Did you find out? Okay, that's wonderful. Then what's the answer? All right. Historical evidences say that people played the game similar to football 2000 years ago in China. Okay, this is the historical evidences say. Now, let's move on to next question. Okay, next question is, what is the main difference between cricket and baseball? We have already discussed a lot about the differences between cricket and baseball. I hope you can answer this question easily. But for your help, I have kept this part of the text so that you can go through it and find the answer. Can you? Alright, do you know where the answer lies here? Okay, read this underlined part of the text. You can find the answers there. You can find the answer there, okay? Alright, I hope you went through this part. Now, can you tell me the answer? Good. The answer is, there is a long rectangular pitch at the center of the cricket field, whereas there is a mound at the center of a baseball diamond. Okay, that's the difference between cricket and baseball. You did well. Okay, the next is, how is regular volleyball played? Okay, Now, you can find the answer here in this part of the text, and for your clues, you can go through the underlined part of the text. Okay, I hope you found it out. So, the answer is, okay, it is played between two teams with 6 players in each, in which a team on one side of the raised net tries to volley a ball onto the ground of the opposing team's side for points. This is how regular volleyball is played. Now, next question. Who originated basketball and when? This is the question. And for this, you have to read this part of the text. I hope I don't need to give you the clue. Do I? Okay, all right then, I am giving you the clue. See, invented by James Naismith. And you can find the answer here. So, what's the answer? James Naismith, a Canadian teaching at a school in the US, originated basketball in the late 19th century. Okay, this is the right answer. Now, the last question. What risk is involved in rugby? And you can find the answer reading this text. Okay, for your help, I am giving you the clues. So, look at the underlined part of the text. Rugby is a contact sport involving a lot of tackling, and rugby players wear very little protection. So, what does this indicate then? Okay, this indicates that rugby is a contact sport involving a lot of tackling, and rugby players wear very little protection. So, they can be injured. This is the risk that the rugby players have. Okay, dear students, you did well. Now, let's move on to the next activity. Rank the games mentioned in the text above in the order of your preferences. You have to order in your preferences, and I have ordered according to my preference. This is my preference. You can order in your own preference. For example, I like cricket the most, so I have kept cricket in the first position. I like baseball the least, that's why I have kept baseball at the end of the list. In the same way, you can also give the number to the games and put in the order of your preferences. Okay? All right, dear students, you did well. Now, let's move on to next activity, that is writing, dialogue writing. For this, I am presenting you a dialogue here. Okay, can you read this? See, the student says, "Good morning, sir. May I talk to you?" Teacher replies, "Yes. What's that in your hand?" Student, it's an application for leave. Teacher says, "Application? What for?" Then student replies, "To see my sick mother at home." Teacher says, "All right. When do you wish to go?" Student says, "Tomorrow, sir." Teacher says, "And how many days leave do you want?" Student, "Only 3 days. I shall be back next Monday." Teacher says, "If your mother wants you to stay on for a day or two more, you need to not return on Monday." Student says, "Thank you very much, sir." See there, I have generally dialogues are spoken, but I have just presented you the written form of the dialogue here, because you have to learn how to write the dialogue, not how to have conversation with others. So, looking at this dialogue, you can talk about some pieces of the dialogue. Okay? So, generally, you can start dialogue with, can you say? You start dialogue with greeting. Okay? You can start with greeting. Similarly, if you look at there, you can see some or that kind of things here. Okay, dear students, pauses are necessary in natural dialogues. Similarly, you can also see like you see exclamation mark, see there. These are the features of spoken English or spoken language. Okay, so there is hesitation. Okay, you can have to use hesitation also. Similarly, you can see the exchanges are very short, straightforward, so that there should be short exchanges. You make your exchanges short. And similarly, look at the end, there is closing. So, you can take a leave in different ways. Here you can see Thank you for very much, sir. So it's way of taking leave. You can take the leave in different way. Okay. So if you look at these features, I hope you can also form a dialogue or write a dialogue. There is a situation given in your textbook. Write a dialogue between you and your friend about the upcoming sports day or week in your school. Include the following points in your dialogue: time and venue of the sports day or week, types of events, participants, prize distribution. So in the conversation, these things should be addressed, or the participants of the conversation should talk about these things. Okay, and including these information, you have to write a dialogue. Okay, dear students, I have a sample dialogue written by one of your friend. Let's see here what your friend has written. Okay, so he or she has given the context. Who are the participants? He or she has written in the dialogue. So two friends, Sarita and Rohan, are talking about the upcoming sports day in their school during the break time in the playground of the school. So this is the context of the dialogue. So who are the characters in the dialogue? Where are they talking? So this is given there. And you can see Sarita begins the dialogue with greeting. Hey, Rohan, you see. And there is something. Did you get the notice about the sports day at our school? Rohan says, no, I didn't. I was in the library at that time. Okay, library, he says. Sarita says, really? It's on next Friday. And Rohan says, wow. Did the teacher tell you about the sports events? He asks a question about the events of the sports. Sarita says, yes, the list is on the notice board. Football, cricket, badminton, table tennis, volleyball and chess will be there. So these are the list of the events. Rohan says, okay. And so see there is hesitation, there is pause. I think all the students can participate in these events. Sarita says, you are right. There will be medals for the winners also. Okay. Rohan, that's great. I'll surely bag the medal in chess this time. Sarita, I am also practicing badminton a lot. I am hopeful to win the gold. Sarita says this. And while they were having conversation, bell rings. So this is how the dialogue is going to end. So Rohan says, it's the time for class now. Let's go. Okay. Sarita says, let's go. We'll talk about it later. In this way, the dialogue ends. So this is just a sample. You can write in your own way. Okay. You can write the dialogue in your own way. For this, you have one more thing to practice. Write a dialogue between you and your friend about the upcoming picnic program in your school. Include the following points in your dialogue. Time and venue means where you are going, when you are going. Activities to do, what activities you will be doing in that picnic program. Participants, who will be the participants, who will take part in the picnic program. What will be the food items there in the picnic program. Such things you can bring in your conversation. You can write including these things. So this is an assignment for you. I hope you can do this assignment. Okay, dear students, it was a wonderful class to be with you active people. Thank you very much. We'll meet again in the next class. Thank you, namaste and goodbye.